Hi, this is Ron Turner. Welcome to this episode of Frontrunner 2020. Before we start the program, let me say a few words about our purpose. We launched the Frontrunner 2020 series to support and encourage your journey towards elected office. We present relevant programming for those aspiring to run, so you can lay the groundwork and be prepared. In addition, some of our programs are focused on strategies and tactics for use during your campaign. Our guests are the best in their field, and in some specialties, this means going outside of politics to the business community. You'll see that we emphasize marketing and building your brand as core strategic components. There are many things you can do before you announce your candidacy that will enhance your potential and eliminate roadblocks that may get in your way. We recognize this path as a matter of personal growth and, yes, a calling. Please tell us what you need to be more successful, and we'll plan future programs around your feedback. Political candidates don't just come out of nowhere. The successful ones launch their campaign after serving the community in other volunteer and appointed capacities. You work to serve the community and organizations that you care about as an expression of your passions. What issues are important to you? As you engage in the community, you'll find that it's a good way to build a following. These are the people who will lead you and support you as you work towards running for office. You'll also learn important organizational and management techniques that can be different from those perfected at your day job. The opportunities for growth are unlimited. Participate in community problem solving and begin to make a difference even before you run for office. David will tell us of 8 types of organizations where you should be involved. He explains the big picture and also gives practical tips on how you can get involved now. David draws on his experience as a city councilman and community leader in Plano, the 9th largest city in Texas. Mr. Smith is an Air Force veteran who also enjoyed a successful career in engineering management and business development. He is currently an environmental and political consultant. Are you ready, David?
Certainly am, Ron. Very good to be with you. Hello, audience. And what Ron has just said in so many words, that a good candidate needs to become civically engaged with the community. In a previous session, Nancy Lloyd mentioned this as part of a checklist on things to do to be ready to become a candidate. In this session, we're going to focus on 8 good different types of organizations I call first-tier organizations. Those are religious, neighborhood, school, community, business, political, campaign, and advocacy. There are benefits to participating in any or all of these organizations. In addition to the obvious benefits of meeting more people who can later vote for you, and the obvious benefit of gaining knowledge about your community, participation in these organizations will help you develop skills that will be vital to your later success as a candidate or office holder. This includes volunteer management as well as management of your own time. Now, some universal advice as you might plunge into getting engaged with these organizations. When you join, please plan on becoming an active member. Don't just go to meetings. Seek committee and leadership posts. Seek what I call second-tier opportunities, and I'll give you examples of those later. One important piece of wisdom, keep in mind, you're not going to automatically get a lot of votes just for being a member of an organization. However, if you become one of the organization's hardest workers and dazzle them with your leadership skills and accomplishments, those members will not only become your voters, they will be your enthusiastic supporters, which is something that you want to have. So again, plan on being active. Now, regarding the first type of organization on the list, first look inward. If you are currently an unchurched Christian or someone of another faith who is not active in your faith group, you should become so. You may find some grounding in why you want to be of service to your community, and you may find another family who will personally support you. Now, if you're going to make a choice of a faith group with which to connect, that leads us to our first poll.
For the best civic engagement, the most important consideration in choosing a religious group is size, evangelism and commitment to growth, political involvement, mission work, theology. For best civic engagement, the most important consideration in choosing a religious group is size, evangelism and commitment to growth, political involvement, mission work, theology. Size, 0. Evangelism and commitment to growth, 33%. Political involvement, 67%. Mission work, 0. Theology, 0. David?
Well, the most important of those is actually mission work, particularly mission work in the community. You want to be with a group that is engaged with the community. The size of the group doesn't matter if it's engaged with the community. And I personally would stay away from groups that seem to be politically involved. It's a bit of a minefield for a religious organization. Now on to second type of organization. I think everybody in this audience probably lives somewhere. The second type of organization you can join is your homeowner or neighborhood association. Oh, and just looking up, I realized I skipped over some second-tier opportunities with the religious organizations, but we'll hit them with the neighborhoods. You can be in a homeowner association, neighborhood association. If you are a renter, you can be a tenant association. If there's not one where you live, you should form one. Now, second-tier opportunities include leadership within the organization, but actually, as with churches and other religious organizations, there are city or area-wide coalitions. There are statewide coalitions that may get involved with state legislative activities. There's organizations such as the Communities Association Institute, and many of these can be stepping stones to serving on city or county committees. And your neighborhood is very likely served by public schools, and that's the third type of organization that you can take a look at. That includes your PTAs and similar organizations, also includes booster clubs, mentoring groups, and others. You need not have children in school to participate in these. Any of these organizations would welcome your involvement. And like with the others, you've got the second-tier opportunities. There are leadership posts, committee posts within each of these organizations. There's likely a school district-wide council of PTAs. Then there are school district committees that you can serve on, again with the PTA or other organization membership as a stepping stone. Now moving on to the broader community organizations, you've got a lot of choices, and that leads us to our next poll.
For best civic engagement, the best type of group to join is League of Women Voters, the Poker Club, professional or trade groups, service clubs such as AMBUCS, Junior League, Kiwanis, Lions, Rotary, youth sports organizations. For best civic engagement, the best type of group to join is League of Women Voters, Poker Club, professional or trade groups, service clubs such as AMBUCS, Junior League, Kiwanis, Lions, Rotary, youth sports organizations. For best civic engagement, the best type of group to join is League of Women Voters, 25%, Poker Club, 0, professional or trade groups, 50%, service clubs, 25%, youth sports organizations, 0. David?
Well, no votes for the Poker Club. League of Women Voters is an excellent organization, but it has limitations. I may get back to that later. The professional or trade groups are good networking groups, but a lot of people in them are focused on their trade or profession and not civic activities. Your best type of organization by far are your legacy service clubs, such as the ones that were earlier mentioned. And given that is the best type of organization, that leads us to another poll.
To maximize your potential for future elected office, the best club to join is AMBUCS, Junior League, Kiwanis, Lions, Rotary. To maximize your potential for future elected office, the best club to join is AMBUCS, Junior League, Kiwanis, Lions, Rotary. To maximize your potential for future elected office, the best club to join is AMBUCS, 0, Junior League, 0, Kiwanis, 25%, Lions, 25%, Rotary, 50%.
Okay, this time the group did better. Those are all excellent organizations, do excellent work. But in most communities, your mayor, school board president, other elected officials are in the Rotary Club. It may or may not be the case in your community. If you're not sure, you ought to visit all the clubs, which would be a good activity in itself. But in my community and any others that I've been aware of, my recommendation would be to join the Rotary Club if you really want to rub shoulders with those who are already in office.